So Kanban is a tool for improving the flow of value to customers. That's the standard definition of Kanban. That's the definition of Kanban you should get if you take a Kanban class or workshop. I'm going to give you another one though, and I think you're going to like it. This is aimed at Kanban teams, and I want to tell you why I like this other definition of Kanban, which is equally valid, although not as comprehensive, and why it applies to you. This is the way I like to describe Kanban or introduce Kanban to people who are skeptical or people who already think they know what Kanban is, because it makes them stop and think. And it's this. Kanban is a tool for balancing capacity and demand. Balancing capacity and demand? So if you're in a team that delivers some sort of a service, and if you're building products, software products, and you're one of the engineers, you're one of the designers, you're involved in that process, then you're actually providing a service for the organization as a whole. They can't develop those products without the service that you provide. So if you're providing a service, you've got somebody somewhere saying, I want you to do this, and also this, and also this. And they probably want more from you than you're actually capable of delivering. And you know what that feels like. We all know what that feels like. And so there's two approaches to doing that. You can try to dramatically ramp up your capacity. And this is what most organizations do. They say, let's do an agile transformation, or let's do an agile transformation as well as increase the size of the workforce. These are the two main tools, or improve automation or what have you. But ultimately, what they're reacting to is the fact that they want a bunch of stuff and they're not getting it. They're getting some of it, but they're not getting everything they want. And what most companies will do is they'll do a big yearly planning, and they'll say, in the next year we're going to do all of these things. And all of those things are usually more things than they did the last year, almost certainly more things than they did the last year. And the expectation is always, we're going to do better this year. We're adding these new teams, we're hiring these new people, we're doing this new training, we're reorganizing, whatever it is, we're improving this year. So this year will be better than last year. And so they always commit to doing more than they've ever done in the past with the same resources. And when I say resources, I'm not just talking about people. I'm talking about the system, the organization. All of it together has been able to produce so much value in the past, and they want more. Always more. Always more. And you can't really focus on delivering value, of which quality is a very big aspect, if you're always focused on delivering more. So one of the things that Kanban does is it provides an empirical framework for understanding, as things are right now, how much value, what your capacity for delivering value actually is. And when you know that mathematically, when you know that realistically, when you can express that, then you can start having a conversation, which is much more beneficial than how can we do more? And the conversation is, if this is what we can do, if this is our capacity for delivering value, what should we be doing? What's most important? Because if you can balance capacity and demand, then you can start to work in a way in which you can focus on the other important things, like improving quality, doing improvement experiments to try to improve the capacity. You know exactly how much excess capacity, how much additional capacity you need if you really want to satisfy demand, and you know how to go about doing that. How many more teams do we need to hire? How much bigger do we have to be? How much improvement do we really need in order to balance capacity and demand? But for you as an employee on a team, what this means is that you'll finally, by using these tools that I'm going to be teaching you in this workshop, you'll finally be able to actually determine how much work you can reasonably be expected to do, so that you and your team leads and your managers can have that conversation about, given that this is what we're capable of doing, and we're doing the best that we can, and we're demonstrably improving, given that this is what we can do, of this huge pile of work which is bigger than us, what bit should we be focusing on? And that's how you bring sanity. That's one of the big benefits of Kanban to you as a team member, is it allows you to have the tools that you need to create a space in which you can actually work at your best and take pride in what you do, and create great things while also working on improving the process and improving quality, rather than just constantly facing this grinding pressure to always be more and always be better because the expectations will always be bigger than you. So now you have two ways of describing to somebody. If you go back to the office and somebody says, so what's this Kanban thing you're learning about? You've got two ways to describe it. One of them is it's a way to improve the flow of value to customers, and that's a great definition. And then the other one is it's a mechanism that you can use in order to balance capacity and demand, because it's a lot easier to manage demand than to manage capacity. There you go. That's a free one for you. Enjoy.